The next word is deadline. A deadline is the latest time or date by which something must be done. The project has a deadline next week. This means the work must be finished by then. She missed the deadline for submitting the report. This means, she didn't turn in the report on time. We're working hard to meet the deadline. This means everyone is trying to finish before the time runs out. The next word is deadly. Deadly means likely to cause death or very dangerous. A deadly snake can be found in the jungle. This means, the snake is very dangerous. He was involved in a deadly accident. This means the accident was very serious, possibly causing death. She gave him a deadly look. This means, her look was very angry or threatening. The next word is deal. A deal is an agreement or arrangement, usually related to business. We made a deal to work together. This means both sides agreed to collaborate. She's negotiating a deal with the company. This means, she's working out the terms of an agreement. They closed the deal last week. This means the agreement was finalized. The next phrase is deal with somebody. To deal with somebody means to handle or manage a person or a situation. She had to deal with a difficult customer. This means she had to handle a challenging person. He deals with clients every day. This means, he manages customer relationships. They're trying to deal with the issue calmly. This means they are handling the problem in a peaceful way. The next word is dealer. A dealer is a person or business that buys and sells something. He's a car dealer. This means, he sells cars. The dealer offered me a discount. This means the person selling gave me a lower price. She bought the watch from a dealer. This means, she bought it from a seller or store. The next phrase is dear madam. Dear madam is a formal greeting used when addressing a woman, especially in letters. Dear madam, I am writing to inquire about your services. This means, you're using a formal greeting to start a letter to a woman. We will contact you, dear madam, regarding your request. This means you're formally addressing the woman in the letter. The next phrase is dear sir. Dear sir is a formal greeting used when addressing a man, especially in letters. Dear sir, I would like to submit my application. This means, you're using a formal greeting to start a letter to a man. Thank you for your consideration, dear sir. This means you're formally addressing the man at the end of a letter. The next word is debate. A debate is a formal discussion on a particular topic where opposing arguments are presented. They had a heated debate about the new law. This means, they argued strongly about the law. The debate lasted for hours. This means the discussion went on for a long time. He won the debate with his strong arguments. This means, his points were convincing enough to win. The next word is debit. Debit refers to a withdrawal of money from a bank account or a transaction that deducts money. The payment was made by debit from my account. This means, the money was taken directly from my account. You can pay the bill using a debit. This means the money will be deducted from your bank account. She made a debit payment for her groceries. This means, she used her account to pay for groceries. The next phrase is debit card. A debit card is a card that allows you to withdraw money from a bank account or make payments directly from it. She paid with her debit card at the store. This means, she used her bank card to pay for things. I lost my debit card yesterday. This means my bank card was misplaced or stolen. They offer rewards points for every purchase made with a debit card. This means, you earn points when using your bank card. The next word is debt. Debt is the money that you owe to someone or a financial obligation to repay. He has a large amount of debt to pay off. This means, he owes a lot of money. She struggled with her credit card debt. This means she found it difficult to pay back the money she borrowed. The company is in debt due to poor sales. This means, the business owes money because it's not making enough profit. The next word is decade. A decade is a period of 10 years. It's been a decade since I graduated. This means, it's been 10 years since I finished my studies. They've been friends for over a decade. This means they've known each other for more than 10 years. The city has changed a lot in the last decade. This means, it's transformed over the past 10 years. The next word is decay. Decay refers to the process of rotting or deteriorating, often due to natural causes. The food started to decay after a few days. This means, it began to spoil and rot. The old building was decaying from the inside. This means it was deteriorating and falling apart. Teeth decay if you don't brush them regularly. This means, teeth become damaged and rotten without proper care. The next word is deceive. To deceive means to trick or mislead someone into believing something that is not true. He deceived her with false promises. This means, he lied to her to make her believe something untrue. She was deceived by the scam email. This means she was tricked into thinking the email was real. Don't deceive others for your own gain. This means, don't lie or mislead people for personal benefit. The next word is rot. Rot refers to the process of decay or decomposition, usually due to bacteria or fungi. The fruit started to rot after being left out for too long. This means, it began to spoil and break down. Wood can rot if it's exposed to too much moisture. This means the wood will decay when it absorbs water over time. The smell of rotten eggs filled the room. This means, the eggs had gone bad and started to decay, causing a bad odor. The next word is deteriorate. To deteriorate means to get worse or decay over time. His health began to deteriorate after the accident. This means, his condition worsened after the accident. The building has deteriorated due to years of neglect. This means it has fallen apart because no one took care of it. The situation deteriorated rapid to the storm. This means, things got worse very quickly after the storm. The next word is decent. Decent means something that is good, acceptable, or of a fair standard. She wore a decent dress to the party. This means, her dress was appropriate and looked good. He is a decent person who always helps others. This means he is kind and behaves in a good manner. The food at the restaurant was decent, not amazing, but okay. This means, the food was fine, but not exceptional. The next word is decisive. Decisive means having the ability to make decisions quickly and effectively. She is very decisive when it comes to making business decisions. This means, she doesn't hesitate and makes choices quickly. The team needs a decisive leader to guide them. This means they need someone who can make strong decisions. His decisive actions saved the project from failure. This means, his quick and firm decisions helped the project succeed. The next word is deck. A deck is a flat surface or platform, often on a ship or a raised outdoor area. They sat on the deck of the ship and watched the sunset. This means, they sat on the flat part of the ship outside. The deck of the house was covered with flowers. This means the outdoor platform was decorated with plants. The deck of cards was shuffled before the game. This means, the set of playing cards was mixed up. The next word is decline. To decline means to refuse or become worse over time. The company's profits have declined due to poor sales. This means, the profits have gone down because sales aren't good. She declined the invitation to the party. This means she said no to the invitation. The health of the elderly man declined rapidly. This means, his condition got worse quickly. The next word is decoration. Decoration refers to things used to make something look more attractive or festive. The house was full of Christmas decorations. This means, there were items like lights and ornaments for the holiday. They added some simple decorations to the wedding venue. This means they used small items to make the place look nice for the wedding. The decorations for the party were bright and colorful. This means, the items used for the party were vivid and eye-catching. The next word is decorative. Decorative refers to something that is used to make an object or place more attractive. The vase was purely decorative, not for holding flowers. This means, the vase was just for decoration, not practical use. They have a decorative mirror in their living room. This means the mirror is there to make the room look nicer. The curtains had a decorative pattern. This means, the design on the curtains was meant to add beauty. The next word is deep down. Deep down means at a deeper emotional or mental level, often referring to true feelings or beliefs. Deep down, she knew she had made the right decision. This means, at a deeper level, she felt confident about her choice. He may seem confident, but deep down he's afraid. This means he might appear strong, but inside he feels fear. Deep down, we all want to be happy. This means, at the core of everyone, There's a desire for happiness. The next word is deeply. Deeply means in a strong or intense manner. She was deeply moved by the movie. This means, the movie had a strong emotional impact on her. He was deeply hurt by the comments. This means the comments really affected him emotionally. They are deeply committed to environmental conservation. This means, they are strongly dedicated to protecting the environment. The next word is deer. A deer is a type of animal typically found in forests or grasslands. We saw a deer in the woods during our hike. This means, we spotted a deer while walking in the forest. Deer are often hunted for their meat. This means people sometimes hunt them for food. The deer gracefully ran through the field. This means, the deer moved smoothly and elegantly across the open land. The next word is defender. A defender is someone who protects or supports someone or something. The soldier was a brave defender of his country. This means, the soldier courageously protected his nation. He is a strong defender of human rights. This means he strongly supports and fights for people's rights. The lawyer acted as the defendant's defender in court. This means, the lawyer was representing and protecting the person accused. The next word is define. To define means to explain or describe the meaning of something. Can you define what success means to you? This means, can you explain what success is in your view? The dictionary defines love as a strong feeling of affection. This means the dictionary explains that love is a deep emotional bond. It's hard to define what makes a good leader. This means, it's difficult to clearly explain what qualities make a good leader. The next word is definite. Definite means clearly defined or certain. He gave a definite answer to the question. This means, he gave a clear and certain response. The date for the meeting is not definite yet. This means the date is not yet confirmed or set. There's no definite plan for the event yet. This means, the plan for the event is not final. The next word is definition. A definition is a statement that explains the meaning of a word or concept. The dictionary provides a clear definition of each word. This means, the dictionary explains the meaning of every word. Can you give me the definition of freedom? This means, can you explain what freedom means? The definition of success varies from person to person. This means, different people have different ideas of what success means. The next word is deliberate. Deliberate means done on purpose or with careful thought. His actions were not accidental, they were deliberate. This means, he did it intentionally after thinking about it. The deliberate decision to increase prices upset customers. This means the choice to raise prices was made on purpose. She gave a deliberate response to the question. This means, she answered carefully and with intention. The next word is deliberately. Deliberately means in a way that is planned or intentional. He deliberately ignored the warning signs. This means, he chose to disregard the warnings on purpose. She spoke slowly, deliberately making sure everyone understood. This means she spoke with intention, aiming for clarity. The company deliberately cut costs to improve profits. This means, the company intentionally reduced expenses to make more money. The next word is delicate. Delicate means something that is fragile, fine, or sensitive. The vase is delicate and should be handled carefully. This means, the vase is fragile and needs to be treated gently. She has delicate features with a soft expression. This means her face looks gentle and fine. The situation is delicate, so we should be careful with our words. This means, the situation is sensitive and requires caution. The next word is delight. Delight means a feeling of great pleasure or joy. She expressed her delight when she received the good news. This means, she was very happy when she heard the good news. The children's faces lit up with delight when they saw the presents. This means the children became really happy when they saw the gifts. It was a delight to spend the day with friends. This means, it was very enjoyable and pleasing to spend the day with friends. The next word is delightful. Delightful means something that causes great pleasure or joy. The dinner was delightful, full of delicious food. This means, the dinner was very enjoyable because the food was tasty. She has a delightful personality that makes everyone feel comfortable. This means she is very pleasant and easy to be around. The view from the mountaintop was absolutely delightful. This means, the view was really beautiful and pleasing. The next phrase is deliver a speech. To deliver a speech means to give a formal talk or presentation to an audience. He was asked to deliver a speech at the conference. This means, he was invited to give a talk at the event. The president will deliver a speech on national television. This means the president will give a formal address to the nation. She delivered an inspiring speech about kindness. This means, she gave a motivating talk about being kind. The next phrase is deliver a talk. To deliver a talk means to give a presentation or speech to an audience. He will deliver a talk on climate change next week. This means, he will give a presentation about climate change. The professor delivered an interesting talk on modern art. This means the professor gave a fascinating lecture about art. She delivered a talk at the seminar that inspired many students. This means, her speech at the seminar motivated a lot of students. The next word is demanding. Demanding means requiring a lot of effort, skill, or attention. The job was very demanding, with long hours and lots of responsibility. This means, the job needed a lot of hard work and time. She has a demanding schedule, often working late into the night. This means she has a busy and challenging timetable. Training for the marathon was physically demanding. This means, it required a lot of physical effort and stamina. The next word is democracy. Democracy means a system of government where the people have the power to make decisions. The country is known for its strong democracy and free elections. This means, the country has a government where people vote and have a say. In a democracy, citizens can vote for their leaders. This means, in this type of government, people can choose their representatives. The democracy in that country has been evolving over time. This means, the system of government in that country has been changing gradually. The next word is democratic. Democratic means related to or supporting democracy. The political party is democratic and believes in equal rights for everyone. This means, the party supports a government where everyone has a say. The company has a democratic approach to decision-making. This means the company encourages participation and input from all its employees. They hold democratic elections to choose their leaders. This means, they use voting to select their representatives. The next word is demolish. Demolish means to destroy or tear down something completely. The old building was demolished to make room for new apartments. This means, the building was completely destroyed to build something else. The storm demolished several houses in the neighborhood. This means the storm completely destroyed many houses. They plan to demolish the outdated structure and rebuild it. This means, they want to tear down the old structure and construct a new one. The next word is demonstrate. Demonstrate means to show or explain something clearly. The teacher demonstrated how to solve the math problem. This means, the teacher showed the steps to solve the problem. She demonstrated her cooking skills during the show. This means she showed how well she could cook on the show. The scientists demonstrated the new technology at the conference. This means, they showed how the new technology works at the event. The next word is demonstration. A demonstration is an act of showing or explaining something. There will be a demonstration of the new phone at the store. This means, there will be an event where the new phone is shown to customers. The workers held a demonstration to protest the changes in their benefits. This means the workers organized a public protest to show their disagreement. She attended a demonstration to support environmental protection. This means, she joined a public protest to promote environmental causes. The next word is denim. Denim is a type of sturdy cotton fabric, often used for jeans and jackets. She wore a denim jacket to the concert. This means, she wore a jacket made of denim fabric. He prefers denim jeans over other types of pants. This means he likes jeans made from denim fabric more than other pants. The denim shirt was a popular fashion item in the 90s. This means, shirts made from denim were trendy in the 1990s. The next word is dense. Dense means something that is thick or closely packed. The forest was so dense that we couldn't see through it. This means, the trees and plants were so packed together that it was hard to see. The fog was dense this morning, making it difficult to drive. This means the fog was thick, so it was hard to see while driving. The crowd in the market was dense, making it hard to move. This means, there were so many people in the market that it was hard to move around. The next word is densely. Densely means in a way that something is closely packed or thick. The city is densely populated with millions of people living there. This means, there are a lot of people packed into the city. The forest is densely covered with trees and plants. This means the trees and plants are packed closely together in the forest. The book is densely written with complex ideas on every page. This means, the book is full of complicated and detailed ideas. The next word is dental. Dental means related to teeth or dentistry. She has an appointment for a dental checkup. This means, she is going to see a dentist. The dental hygienist cleaned his teeth before the exam. This means the person who cleans teeth helped him get ready for the checkup. Dental care is essential for maintaining healthy teeth and gums. This means, taking care of your teeth is important for good oral health. The next word is deny. Deny means to refuse to admit or accept something. She denied the accusations made against her. This means, she said the claims about her were not true. He denied ever meeting her before the party. This means he refused to admit that he had met her earlier. The company denied the report about financial losses. This means, the company said the report about losses was not true. The next word is dependent. Dependent means relying on someone or something for support or survival. Children are dependent on their parents for care and protection. This means, children need their parents to take care of them. He is financially dependent on his family while he studies. This means he relies on his family for money while he is in school. The success of the project is dependent on proper planning and resources. This means, the project will succeed only if there is good planning and enough resources. The next word is depressing. Depressing means causing a feeling of sadness or hopelessness. The news about the disaster was very depressing. This means, the news made people feel sad and hopeless. The movie had a depressing ending, leaving everyone feeling down. This means the movie's ending was sad and left the audience feeling unhappy. The economic situation is becoming more depressing each day. This means, the economy is getting worse, which makes people feel worse. The next word is fabric. Fabric refers to a material, especially one that is woven or knitted, used to make clothes, curtains, etc. She bought a soft cotton fabric for the new shirt. This means, she bought a smooth material made from cotton to make the shirt. The fabric of the sofa was torn after years of use. This means the material of the sofa got damaged because it was used for a long time. They used a durable fabric to make the tents for camping. This means, they used a strong material to create the tents for outdoor use. The next word is depression. Depression is a state of feeling very sad or a mental health disorder characterized by persistent sadness. He has been struggling with depression for months. This means, he has been feeling sad and low for a long time. The economic depression caused many people to lose their jobs. This means the severe economic downturn led to people losing employment. Depression can make everyday activities feel difficult and exhausting. This means, depression can make simple tasks feel hard and tiring. The next word is deprive. Deprive means to take away something necessary or wanted. The harsh winter deprived the farmers of their crops. This means, the cold winter weather caused the farmers to lose their crops. The children were deprived of their rights to education in the conflict zone. This means the children were not allowed to go to school because of the war. Lack of sleep can deprive you of energy and focus. This means, not getting enough sleep can take away your energy and concentration. The next word is descend. Descend means to move or fall downwards. The plane began to descend as it approached the airport. This means, the plane started to go down towards the airport. We watched the sun descend below the horizon. This means we saw the sun go down and disappear behind the horizon. The hikers began to descend the mountain after reaching the summit. This means, the hikers started going down after they reached the top of the mountain. The next word is desirable. Desirable means something that is wanted or liked. A spacious apartment in the city center is highly desirable. This means, a large apartment in the center of the city is something many people want. The job offer was very desirable because of the good salary and benefits. This means the job was appealing because it offered high pay and good perks. He bought a desirable car with modern features and high performance. This means, he bought a car that many people would want because of its quality. The next word is desire. Desire refers to a strong feeling of wanting something. She has a strong desire to travel around the world. This means, she really wants to go to many places around the globe. His desire for success pushed him to work harder every day. This means he wanted to succeed so much that he worked harder every day. They have a desire to make the world a better place through their work. This means, they really want to improve the world by what they do. The next word is desktop. Desktop refers to the main screen or workspace of a computer or a type of computer designed for use on a desk. She organized her files on the desktop for easy access. This means, she arranged her documents on the main screen of her computer. He uses a desktop computer because he prefers the larger screen size. This means he prefers to use a computer that sits on a desk and has a bigger screen. The desktop background was a beautiful landscape of the mountains. This means, the image on the main screen of the computer was of mountains. The next word is despair. Despair means a complete loss of hope. After hearing the bad news, he fell into despair. This means, he lost all hope after hearing the sad news. The family was in despair after their house was destroyed by the fire. This means the family felt hopeless after their home was ruined. She felt a deep sense of despair when she couldn't find her missing dog. This means, she felt extremely sad and hopeless when she couldn't find her pet. The next word is desperate. Desperate means feeling a strong need or desire for something, usually because of a difficult situation. He was desperate to find a job after months of searching. This means, he really needed to find a job because he had been looking for so long. The desperate team played with all their energy to win the match. This means the team played with great determination because they needed to win. She was desperate to make things right after the argument with her friend. This means, she really wanted to fix things after the fight. The next word is desperately. Desperately means in a way that shows you need or want something very badly. She searched desperately for her keys after losing them at the park. This means, she looked everywhere because she really needed to find her keys. He desperately wanted to prove his point during the heated discussion. This means he really wanted to show that he was right during the argument. The children were desperately waiting for the ice cream truck to arrive. This means, the children were eagerly and impatiently waiting for the ice cream to come. The next phrase is despite the fact that. Despite the fact that is used to introduce a contrast between two situations or ideas. Despite the fact that it was raining, they went for a walk. This means, even though it was raining, they still decided to walk. Despite the fact that she was tired, she stayed up late to finish her work. This means, even though she was exhausted, she continued working until late. Despite the fact that the road was closed, they found a way to get through. This means, even though the road was blocked, they figured out how to pass. The next word is destruction. Destruction refers to the act of ruining or damaging something completely. The earthquake caused widespread destruction across the city. This means, the earthquake caused a lot of damage throughout the city. The destruction of the ancient building was heartbreaking for many. This means many people were sad to see the old building destroyed. The hurricane's destruction left the town without power for days. This means, the hurricane so much damage that the town had no electricity for days. The next word is detailed. Detailed means something that includes many small facts or information. She gave a detailed explanation of how the machine works. This means, she provided a thorough description of the machine's function. The report contained a detailed analysis of the market trends. This means the report included an in-depth examination of the market changes. He wrote a detailed account of his travels across Europe. This means, he wrote a comprehensive story about his trip around Europe. The next word is determination. Determination refers to the ability to continue trying to achieve something even when it is difficult. Her determination to succeed helped her overcome many obstacles. This means, her strong will to succeed allowed her to get past many challenges. He showed great determination in training for the marathon. This means he worked very hard and stayed focused while preparing for the race. Their determination to protect the environment inspired many people. This means, their strong commitment to saving the environment motivated others. The next word is determined. Determined means having a strong desire to do something and not letting anything stop you. She was determined to finish her project on time no matter what. This means, she really wanted to finish her work on time and wasn't going to let anything prevent her. He was determined to become a successful artist despite facing many challenges. This means he was very focused on becoming a successful artist, even though it was difficult. Their determined effort led to the team's victory in the championship. This means, their strong will and effort helped them win the championship. The next word is determiner. A determiner is a word that comes before a noun to clarify which thing you're talking about. In the sentence, she has a book, A is a determiner. This means, A is used to specify the book, but doesn't tell you which one exactly. Some common determiners are the, this, that, my, and some. This means these words help specify the noun that follows, like this dog or my car. Determiners help make the noun more specific, showing things like quantity or possession. This means, they can tell you whether the noun is singular or plural or who it belongs to.